fight man in boxing, led the Flair Cops. Shout out to Goodfellas Sports TV. Woo!
Hey you, yeah, I'm talking to you. You right there watching this video, waiting for this live stream to start, or just watching the membership video, man, and why you should join the membership. Let's talk about it real quick, expeditiously. We got the 3 levels. You got the rookie level, you got loyalty badges, you got custom emoji badges, and you have members on the live stream. As we get more people flowing in to join the membership, I have members only live chat. That means everybody can see the video that want to see the video, but only members will be able to chat. That's $3. That's a rookie. The All-Star, you get personal shout outs before the videos, maybe after the video, mostly likely before the videos. You give a priority to reply in the chat. So as soon as I see you, I reply before anybody else. Get early access to pretty much all my non-boxing videos there. $10 a month. Then we got the boxing pound for pound superstar for all my boxing boys and gals out there. Get early access to prediction and most of our boxing content, virtual video collaborations, and open debate. So, you want to pre-record or go live and debate me for a whole video, you got early access to new videos, some of the videos in the All-Star as well too, and priority reply in the comments. So I see in the comments you get priority reply. No instant, that's $20 a month. So let me know what you guys think. Don't have a Patreon no more, so here's where you're gonna get some of that exclusive content I used to have on the Patreon. Peace. All right, apparently Ronnie Shields is making the rounds again, and he's saying that Charlo isn't gonna fight DavidBenavidez, or he's reiterating that he's not gonna fight DavidBenavidez or Andrade. So let's get to it. Let's talk about it again. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. I'm not surprised, bro. Ronnie Shields was a good fighter in his day. I think we all that know a little bit about history in boxing. Ronnie Shields was a really good fighter in his day, man. But these new fighters kind of they duck sauce have been contagious around it's been contagious around the older fighters. Now you got throwback boxers talking like new boxers. But he said he explains why Charlo lack of interest in facing Benavidez. Okay, he said Benavidez is scared to fight. Benavidez saying Charlo's scared to fight. He said, well, a funny thing happened just a few days ago. I got a call from a friend of mine doing a podcast. So I went on the podcast. So who's on the podcast? DavidBenavidez's father. And I know Dave is getting ready to fight pretty soon, but his father came on and said, hey, I talked to Al Heyman, I talked to Luis the Cubas Jr., and they said they'll make a fight between David and Jermall. And I said, you did? I said, well, I wonder why I didn't get a call because nobody called me about it. I said, you know what? I'm going to find out. So I called Al myself, and Al said, I don't know where he got that from. I talked to him, so he's lying, telling people that they talked to Al about fighting Jermall, and it's not true. So he's saying that in public. He's not saying that to people that matter. So at the end of the day, that's a huge hole. That's a huge hole in the story that he going around saying that, and Al Heyman ain't approved the fight. We know Al Heyman got the final say so in a majority of his contracts with his fighters. Now, we was able to see the contract because of the lawsuit with Oscar De La Hoya and whoever else is suing Al Heyman, even though Al Heyman came on top like he was scared of the drop. But yeah, remember Earl Smith was going around saying that Keith Thurman was ducking him, but he formally never asked Al Heyman for the fight. So, like I said before, a lot of people say, what's the definition of a duck? Can you duck verbally, or does a contract or does an inquiry have to be put in before it becomes an official duck? Okay, and my thing is, I think an inquiry got to put in because you don't want to. Okay, put it to you this way: you say he ducking a contract. Do you know before I do a contract, it got to be whatever notarized or it got to be agreed to? It costs money. It costs money to actually produce a contract. So am I gonna produce a contract with a fighter that I didn't get the green light that he was interested in the fight? No. So verbally, the interest has to be verbally recognized before we do a contract. So when you you go to Al, be like, man, I want to fight Jermall Charlo, and Al Heyman be like, okay, let me ask Jermall. So he called back and said, well, Jermall said he's not interested right now. Maybe later on or maybe not never. So then that could be considered a dub. But as far as drawing up a contract, not without a verbal agreement, when your desires to want to fight. So that's my thing on it. At the end of the day, Ronnie could be lying. You know, let's just set it straight. But we just going Ronnie's story right now. If Benavidez Senior were to come on, tap on with me. But you know, from his perspective or his side of the story, it's just to the simple fact that DavidBenavidez sound like he clout chasing, and with them saying he asked Al, you know, that's a flat out lie according to Ronnie Shields. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a fight that I think we all want to see. It's a fight that I'm interested in. It's a fight that we should be interested in. But you know, I wonder why he didn't dress like, you know, will Charlo want to come down? That would have been interesting. You know what I'm saying? Or Benavidez want to come down. That would have been very interesting. But I mean, same time, that's a fight that I would love to see. That's a fight I thought Charlo could win. But after seeing the Montiel fight, I think Benavidez will push him back, and I think Benavidez will win that fight at 68. Now, the more intriguing part of the fight, even though it's an intriguing fight at 68, and if Benavidez come down, and I think, you know, Charlo would take advantage of Benavidez coming down. So, I mean, at the same time, I mean, we going with Ronnie Shield. I'm not calling nobody a liar. I'm just going by what Ronnie said. And Ronnie said he asked Al. He called Al, and it simply wasn't true. So, right now, you know, Benavidez looking like the cloud chaser of the year, my Drew Down voice. My name is Drew Down, and you know, so he looking like the cloud chaser of the year right now. So we just got to go on what Ronnie said, man. And you know, right now Benavidez is just cloud chasing because they don't have an opponent. You know, I'm not saying they don't want to fight, but saying you ask Al Heyman, then you know Al come on and be like, no. So you know, that is what it is on that part. But as far as the fight, that's a great fight. But he talked about Andrade. He said, quote, well, you know, Andrade has a big mouth. He talks a lot, but it goes back years before when Andrade signed the contract to fight his brother Jermall, and Andrade was a champion, and then Andrade backed out of the fight. So once he did that, they said they'll never give him an opportunity to make money ever again with them in the sport of boxing. That is what it is. Continue quote, sometimes when you do things in the sport, sport, some things are unforgivable, and to me, one of the things that you denied his brother an opportunity to fight for a world title for no reason. Well, the reasoning was he left his promoter, Artie Pelloa, and went to Jay-Z and didn't like the fight. So he went to Jay-Z. Jay-Z didn't like the fight. He told him don't take the fight, so he didn't take it. So that's something he's got to live with for the rest of his career. Like I said, to me, it ain't like for him. That's an important fight for legacy, but it ain't like Charlo's bringing the career high paydays, like Canelo bringing astronomical paydays, you know. So he acting like, you know, this nigga Charlo, like Canelo, you know, like you gonna make like 50 million, 10 or 15 million fighting Canelo, man. That's not true. But then again, Charlo need legacy too. Charlo never unified the belt, and you talking about some shit that happened to our brother. Like it or not, they two different human beings. You know, if they was one, they would have came out at the same time as a one. They are two different human beings. So what your brother got to do with him? Jermall been trying to separate from Jermall. What better way for Jermall to help him separate than fight Demetrius Andrade? You know what it is. Them brothers don't like to fight slick fighters and left-handers. They both struggle with Austin Charlo. I don't care what you say. Well, you know, Jermall knocked him down. Listen, a lot of those shots Jermall hit old Austin Charlo with was rabbit shots, man. And you know, that's just the honest truth, man. You know, that's just the way they don't want to fight. So you think about it, you know. You look at their division. All right, look at his division. He don't want to fight Andrade. Golovkin and Murata fighting. You move up a division. He don't want to move up and fight Benavidez. He say he don't want to move up and fight Canelo. He wanted to catch weight or something. Okay, then. Like he said, until he fight Canelo, he gonna continue to fight these type of fighters. I'm not watching him, bro. Unless he fight Jaime at least. I'm not watching him no more like that. Unless he fights somebody for real, man. Like I said before, you know, he gonna continue to duck. You know, and at the end of the day, he gonna pick a wrong cherry, just like Korobov put them hands on him. Korobov really beat him. He gonna fight somebody else like Korobov. He gonna get beat. You can start to see either physically, both of the Charlos physically, they started to decline out their prime. Maybe they weight drain, or maybe they started to get exposed, or maybe they started to be stagnant because of the level of opposition. So, that could be true. They probably need to step up, and they not gonna step up. You know, stepping up against Canelo and not fighting Demetrius Andrade and fighting somebody that's gonna test you. it is what it is. But that's on them. I really can care less. That's on them, man. If you want to say at 31 years old, you know, you want to act like he fucking Canelo, he giving an opportunity to Demetrius Andrade, you're not. You're not. At the end of the day, you're not. If I'm Demetrius Andrade, maybe I call out DavidBenavidez. Maybe I take Benavidez off on that offer to come back down and fight me for the WBO belt. You know, maybe Benavidez and Andrade fight and they fight for the regular belt. They upgrade Canelo to franchise once he beat up on Caleb Plant. Why not? So that's what my mind drive. That's how I put my focus on Benavidez. But like I said before, Charlo gonna lose to somebody for short money before he gets to that Canelo fight. Let's Canelo just fight him in the super near future, But like I said before, his skills starting to decline, his physically starting to decline, or he becoming stagnant because he fighting the lower opposition. He's supposed to fight Eubanks, but Eubanks went to go sign with Katie Sutherland, so Eubanks off the table. So you got guys, in this division. Jaime #1, I doubt they make it. He already beat Derevchenko. Another guy, Zanabik Alamani. I can't pronounce that brother's name, but look at this Zabanik guy. He's ranked #3 in the range I'm looking at. It could change, how they do. He was in the Olympics. He's the dude that beat he's the dude that just beat Rob Brant about a couple weeks ago, about a month ago. So he 10-0, 6 KOs, no losses, no draws, 28 not 2-0. So from Kazakhstan, training on Oxnard. So he's coming in the World Series of Boxing. He fought nobody we knew, or at least I knew. So we'll see, man. We'll see. But like I said before, excuses. Them excuses. That ain't excuses. Them duck sauce, man. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Don't forget me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. You can reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request, or you want to advertise on the channel. Twitter's the fast way to Facebook, then Instagram and Facebook. Group in the description as well. 2 all the links there in the description. Want to make a donation? Venmo, CJ Good 313, Cash App, CJ Good 313, PayPal in the description. Link in the description. Best way to donate. Thumbs up, share the video, subscribe. Let me know in the comment section. Peace.